got a pretty hard skin. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. So when my kids were young, I remember conversations like that, especially when it was bedtime and we were snuggling and they were trying to avoid having to go to sleep and have me say goodnight and leave the room. And the questions were endless and endless. So with Woody Guthrie's permission, he's the one that wrote this song, I added a few more lyrics, and instead of saying goodbye, 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 I used to sing this as good night, good night, good night. So parents, you're going to have to help me with the good night part, and I'll give you your cue. And kids, you're going to have to help me with the why, oh why. Have you ever asked questions like that? But why? But yeah, so I'm going to need your help. Yes, exactly, just like that. All right, so we'll wait for it until it comes around on the guitar. Why can't a mouse eat a school bus? Why, oh why, oh why? 'Cause a mouse's stomach could never hold a school bus. Good night, good night, good night. Why does a cow drink water? Why, oh why, oh why? Because a cow gets thirsty like you or me. Good night, good night, good night. Why can't a rabbit chase an eagle? Why, oh why, oh why? Because the last rabbit that chased after an eagle didn't come out so good, and that's why rabbits don't chase after eagles, and that's all I know about rabbits and eagles. Good night, good night, good night. Why can't the wind blow backwards? Why, oh why, oh why? Because it might backfire and hurt somebody, and if it hurts somebody, it can keep on hurting them, so they shouldn't be doing that anymore. Good night, good night, good night. Why does he wear that funny black dress? Why, oh why, oh why? Because then priests get fancy robes to wear for church. Good night, good night, good night. Is it true he's enlightened? Why, oh why, oh why? Oh my goodness, no, he's a goofball like the rest of us. Good night, good night, good night. Why does he sometimes wear a bib? Why, oh why, oh why? 'Cause it's got his name and his teacher's name on the back, so if he gets lost at the mall, they'll know who to peach, so his parents can come and find him and take him home again. Good night, good night, good night. What does he wear underneath that robe? Why, oh why, oh why? He's got underwear on just like the rest of us do. Good night, good night, good night. Why does he wear white socks and not shoes? Why, oh why, oh why? Because there is indoor shoes so the house stays clean. Good night, good night, good night. Why, oh why, oh why, oh. And why, and why, and why? Because. Good night, good night, good night.